Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. Drama is back on the menu here within the Call of Duty community. A couple of weeks ago we saw Dashy versus FaZe kicking it off on the timeline, and last night Zinni and Zuma arguably instigating round 2 of the battle. Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, hitting that like button is the best thing you can do to help this channel reach new people, and please consider subscribing as well if you have not yet already. Really helps us out. Nice community goal I think as the channel to try and get to 100k by the end of next year sometime. Let's we'll kickstart that adventure. First of all, this from Jagan I thought was kind of funny. Playing Vanguard IRL, like, you know, just bashing down this wall, and Central Games kind of agree. It's just, you know, why does this need to be in the game? But I guess they decided to go down this route. I guess it's innovation, baby, year after year. This also from Bance, we're all blessed to be able to wake up and play Vanguard every single day. As that maybe Slasher agrees, maybe Attach agrees. It's kind of tough to say between them. Simp doesn't necessarily agree here in the reply. But that's kind of the question, really, like how much do these teams enjoy the game right now? What's that going to mean in the long term? As Bance says, you know, we're so blessed that Doug positivity of the last few days is certainly spreading. Not all pros agree, though, with this assessment. As well, Arcitys says right here, am I faded, or is this the worst online COD? I feel like every gunfight is random, for real, except when I'm fighting you, it's free, says Dylan Envoy. Kind of funny, like, well, continuation to the thread here, really, you know, come on, not a lot can gun you. I was kidding, I was gunning you bad. But generally, I felt this pretty much with Sledgehammer games. I don't know if you guys, you know, really felt this back in Advanced Warfare, but for me, Advanced Warfare was the most, like, host-dependent game I've ever played in my entire life. If you weren't the host, you would just get a gun sometimes. You could not kill the guy if he was host. And then, you know, if you were a host, then you basically were unkillable. It just felt like it's swayed so much based on the online situation I felt at least Advanced Warfare. And World War II, I think, was somewhat similar. This game, I haven't really played too much of it, to be honest. I think that's a good decision. But still, I probably is in a similar boat, to be honest. So it's kind of strange. Of course, we're hoping that, you know, the servers or whatever they're going to be playing on here for the league are on LAN. And if they're not, then they're actually going to be solid. But, yeah, maybe Arcitys has a fair point, right? That not only is this Call of Duty pretty bad for a number of perspectives, but also maybe every single gunfight is pretty random, right? So it's not particularly good online. Maybe it'll be better on LAN, right? I guess that's something to be said. But usually on LAN, it means that the time to kill is even quicker. Now, that's not necessarily something you want when the game, well, it already plays very quick indeed, and it's kind of like Modern Warfare in that sense, because the engine, and they're designing it in a similar way. It's just another one of those years I think we're in for, to be honest. But, yeah, definitely some mixed opinions within the pro community on this game right now. This also I thought was kind of interesting from Hamza, saying like, people are clowns to go to Halo. Ain't nothing gonna change if you weren't winning in Call of Duty. The same results or worse will show there, especially since Halo is a very team-orientated game, and one man can't take over like in COD, and that's the honest truth. People just on the hype train right now. Interesting statement, I thought, frankly, from Hamza, because a lot of players trying to make that switch there. Whether any will succeed, it's tough to say. It's going to be difficult to succeed in Halo. Different set of skills required. Yes, incredible gun skill helps, but also team play and these type of questions. I think some players can make it work. Sensor doesn't agree with this take, but I think it's going to be a significant change that some of these guys need to make, and it might be something of a rude awakening for some of the players that go over there and get bodied again and again and have to seriously adapt to some of these guys that have been playing in that scene for years. Maybe some will make it. I think it's going to be difficult, though, to give things a go for the betterment of their own careers. Definitely respectable, I think. This then from Crone a couple of weeks ago, or at least this came out initially from CDL Scrim Intel, but you guys might remember this clip where Dashy's talking about Ben and saying he doesn't have the credibility to, you know, if he says anything on the flank about his reputation and stuff like this, then, you know, who's actually listening to Ben, because he's never been a pro player. These type of questions came up. Bit of drama really back and forth between the two of them, and Ben really never responded to this situation. But last night, we do get that possibility on stream. So what happened effectively is they're watching this Halo tournament, which only concluded like a few minutes ago as of recording this video. It was a very long one, but they were watching on stream one of the earlier rounds of it, and it was kind of like an OpTic group chat call type thing that they were chilling in, and Zuma was in there, and Methodz was in there, and when anyway, Ben J. Nasim comes round Zuma's house and says hello, and then, well, yeah, Ben comes on the mic right and starts talking in the group where Dashy's just trying to chill and have a good time, and then Ben's coming in there and starts to, you know, talk about the conversation and the kind of the drama, and maybe trying to clear the air a little bit from what happened a couple of weeks ago. So anyway, I'll share the clips for you guys here in a second, and there was a lot of drama really about whether this should have even been a possibility. Also, Ben backtracking maybe on his position to some degree, and Dashy just really not wanting to get involved.
We got a problem.
What's up?
Ben Asim just walked through the door.
Oh my god.
So I'm gonna have to get out of here.
Oh, man.
Wait, you gotta get out of here.
Yeah, there's some beef in here, dude. But Ben wants to squat.
Oh, get him on the mic. Dashy versus Ben Nasim.
Wait, what happened?
Oh yeah, we were talking about that.
Oh my god, Brandon, are you nervous?
Not talking to dweeb.
Oh my. So, Dashy, what's up? your pants, Brandon?
No, I've nothing to say.
I
Literally,
don't
not a
even know
single
what
thing.
happened.
Oh, okay. It's getting awkward now. I'm leaving the call.
No, I have one thing to say about it because I think a lot.
Yes!
Proportion.
Yes.
A lot's been said that they think the things that I've said, that Tom has said, and those weren't actually said. At the end of the day, Tom and I's position is this. I think the
No, just Ben's position.
Sounds like I don't want any part of it.
What
Tom in the back. Oh my
Ben,
god.
it's between you and him.
I think
Moron.
I think there's
Yeah, I don't know
Okay.
why Buddy's speaking to the public and he's talking to like 3P right now. Like,
Oh,
I'll-
Jesus. You guys need to fight.
This is not a negative thing, it's a positive thing. Look, I think there's something to be said about a storyline. It's a long-term storyline. We're talking 3-4 years in the CDL, longer than that. I think what happened is look, like last year, Tom and I were talking about you guys' team. And look, what we would say is, and I think it's a fair criticism that you guys had great results against some of the weaker teams in the league, but whenever you guys played the better teams, like the results weren't always there. So Tom and I would talk about
Why am I getting roped into this?
Yeah, but that's
I'm not
that's a
roping you
stray.
into
That's a
it.
stray.
No, but
That's a
let's be
stray.
let's be transparent about it, right? I don't want to speak to some bullshit. No, wait, what are you? giving me
No,
some
no, I
crap
like
for?
this. He's being honest. This is good. Keep going.
No, it's all good. So Tom and I would talk about it, and look, it was always solutions oriented. I'm not trying to say like, oh, Tom and I made those points like in May or June, and we never. I'm speaking in general before we get to specifics. And then why you put? You're ruining
Let him
my
talk.
vibe.
Let him talk.
You're ruining my vibe, man. So look, we would go, we'd talk about you guys' team and say what we think were kind of the issues. And then all of a sudden we didn't like talk about it for a couple of months because the season ended and then we were doing other shows. And then it evolved into things that Tom and I never actually said about specific players on that team. And it became like a whole narrative that like just straight up didn't exist. And I think that's kind of like why this got out of proportion. Like it was not about like
It's
me
the
saying
internet
anyone's
and
lazy or anything like that. Like those
Things
are not
always get pushed
shit
out of proportion
know.
on the internet.
It was just like people just assume stuff. I went back and watched all the videos, and we never said half the things that people on the internet said that we think we said. So
Yeah, well,
That's kinda my perspective.
you know how it is. You hear one person hears something, they go tell somebody else something else. That's just how it is. Your quarrel's not with me.
Do we have a rebuttal from Brandon?
listen, I really don't have to be here. I really don't. I don't know why I just have to listen to that.
Oh, come on. Listen. Listen.
dude,
You guys can f it. You guys are the undercard for Jake Paul.
I'm trying to be an adult about it, but it's all good.
Oh, he called you a child. Thoughts?
Just folded on broadcast, brother.
No,
Folded.
he. Okay, you guys are weird.
To be continued. I'm giving it back to Tom.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus
game's
Christ, that was great.
Yeah, so Benji and Asim showed up at my doorstep out of nowhere. He's visiting in town, so
So this was some of the follow-up here on the Reddit. Zuma knew what he was doing, brought Ben on stream whilst being in the OpTic team Discord, full well knowing Bruce is in the call, changed the title instantly to Dashy versus Ben. He for sure was instigating, subsequently killing the vibe. So it only really lasted a few minutes, and Ben said a few things, maybe backtracked a little bit from what he kind of maybe said in the past, but it's definitely, you can have your own opinions and takes on that. And Zuma replies to the situation saying, look, I didn't think it was going to be like that. Zinni told me to come and join in and watch with the guys. Ben was visiting while he was here and he wanted to say hi and, squash beef or whatever. That's what he told me. Any title changes on my mods, right? So Zuma didn't change the title to that, like the moderators, I guess, changed the title to that. I understand for both PFEs. Obviously, he felt a bit weird and ended the stream. I misread the situation, so Zuma apologizing for it. I'm not really sure it's necessarily Zuma's fault, but it's just one of these things that happen sometimes. But maybe, it was kind of interesting regardless. I thought it was entertaining, frankly. Like, this also comes out, wasn't anything serious. Ben backpedaled a bit, and then he comes out and says here, like, this is his name here on the Reddit. You are confusing backpedaling with trying to squash this with an adult conversation. All good. So that was the thing, like, when he said, like, trying to be an adult about it at the end, was he trying to call Dashy a child, or like, was that not necessarily, I don't think that was his intention, but he was just trying to say, look, we're trying to have an adult conversation here, and maybe Dashy was not particularly keen to have that conversation, and he's getting downvoted heavily here on the Reddit, so definitely an entertaining affair, right? A real adult would handle it off stream, so just one of those things really that goes on. This also just, to say here from Zuma, just to clarify this, Ben wants to squash it. I thought it was going to go go differently. Regardless, I already said it's on me. I should have handled it better. My mods changed that. They changed the thing. I walked away when Ben took the mic. So, yeah, kind of a crazy back and forth, frankly, to be seeing on the timeline yesterday. Dashy just didn't really want to get involved. He's trying to chill there in his own Discord. Scump sitting there as well, or whatever group chat they happen to be in. And then Ben turns up and starts trying to squash the beef, right? But at the end of the day, it's going to be a difficult time. Dashy didn't really want to respond, and therefore the beef remains alive for the near or maybe far future at the very least. Wanted to touch on the whole Halo stuff, given we talked about the Hamza thing a little bit earlier on, because, well, last night was a big, like, Halo qualifier really for the Raleigh events. And as, well, EasyMac says, which is a fair point, Halo badly needs different text colors. Like, you can basically see nothing right here with some of these, whites on greens and stuff like this with these matches that were going on. But it was a very entertaining affair because Sentinels, we talked about the drama about that yesterday, right? No one wants to scrim up against these guys right now. And, well, they basically came up with a vengeance this tournament. They beat United, like, I'm pretty sure Spartan was on that team. The drama that was going down yesterday, they 3-0 them relatively comfortably here. The teabagging is insane in the kind of the lower brackets. And they make this crazy run through the lower bracket. As Karma says, it goes all the way to the grand finals. The OpTic team versus old OpTic. As Sentinels are basically old OpTic. Like, it's Lethal, Frosty, these guys that are, were on the Tox team and OpTic before that, back in the day, I'm pretty sure. And as Karma says, and for being gone to COD for a few years, the man Frosty has been going crazy all day. He was talking trash all over the timeline, but he was also just, well, honestly, killing it in the game. And Sentinels do end up winning the entire thing. They go to a second best of 5. They reverse sweep the OpTic team in the first best of 5, take it to a second best of 5, and win that one 3-1. So remarkable run from them. They solidify themselves as the number 1 seed, and there was so much trash talk really going on, not just between the Sentinels guys and OpTic necessarily, but mainly just between the other guys, and maybe like some of those guys as well, frankly, because no one really wants to scrim Sentinels, and then they come out because, playstyle issues or just general beef between the teams. They don't want to give these guys practice, and then Sentinels come out to win the entire tournament anyway, and lock up that number 1 seed. So remarkable storyline. I'll do my best to keep you guys updated on this if you're interested, as the days continue to move onwards. And just to finish off with this from Arcitys, I thought was hilarious really from the Atlanta FaZe guys. There's this bazooka thing that's sitting down here in this cupboard, and for whatever reason, if you punch it or whatever, if you knife it with your weapon, then it will just explode, and like the Simp explodes right here, and the guy's like, okay, what exactly went on right here? And then they went off to try a similar thing, and the same thing happened again. So I'm not really sure what's up with this game, but I guess this could be a good potential call-out drive for this entire room. Maybe a team like FaZe would be pretty well suited to pull off some sort of troll moment like this in the CDL itself. But very much intrigued to your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hit in the like button, tell us the YouTube gods this is a good video, and also like you should see it as well, and help grow the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you for watching as always, take care, and I will see you next time.